guys, welcome back to Game of Constellations, and today we'll be looking at a very special video which is the 2025 predictions for all 12 ascendants. Remember, this is from a Vedic astrology perspective, so it's a sidereal zodiac sign and not the tropical zodiac sign. So all you have to do to watch this video is to know what is your ascendant from a Vedic astrology perspective. Now let's look at the key transits, conjunctions and world events that will take place in 2025. In terms of transits, 2025 is going to be a very interesting year because there are many planets that are going to transit. Now starting with Saturn, that's going to transit into Pisces on the 29th of March, followed by Jupiter, which is going to transit into Gemini on the 14th of May, and also consequently will rapidly go into Cancer on the 18th of October next year. And finally, we also have Rahu and Ketu, the North Node and the South Node, transiting into Aquarius and Leo on the 18th of May next year. So these are very interesting transits, followed by conjunctions. And there are three major conjunctions that we have to look out for next year. The first one is going to be early in April, where Rahu and Saturn will meet in Pisces, and followed by Mars and Ketu, which will meet in Leo towards the end of July. And now comes the most important conjunction of next year, which is the sixth planetary conjunction that will take place in Pisces on the 30th of March next year. This will be Sun, Moon, Saturn, Rahu, Mercury and Venus. And all these six planets are going to create a very strong karmic release in the zodiac sign of Pisces and the axis of Virgo. So the Virgo and Pisces axis will be the ones where you will feel it the most. But of course, this will be felt throughout all the ascendants, and I will cover a key point about the karmic release that each and every ascendant will face because of this. Now let's look at the world events. What can we expect with these transits for 2025? Well, firstly, there will be hidden secrets being exposed next year. And this can happen at all levels. This could be with governments, institutions, multinational companies, celebrities, everywhere. There will be hidden secrets that will now come out and be exposed. And this is what Saturn will trigger to do the whole of 2025. And then you will see a very, very big rise in journalism and the support for social media, the growth of information and social media and all these industries that are run by communication. So there will be huge interest in media, marketing, communication, business development, sales. This will be like a peak period for these elements to grow because of the Jupiter's strong transit into Gemini. And then followed by a huge rise in feminism, a huge rise in female authority. So you will see a lot of feminine energy throughout the world. Females will take authoritative positions. This could be across various levels, MNCs, institutions, governments. In all different aspects, there will be a rise in feminine energy. And also a great boost to the aviation industry, a great boost to the industry that supports flying. And this will be simply because of the Rahu's effect into Aquarius. And finally, you will see a huge interest for people to go and join the army, the military. They will want to serve their nation. And you'll also see that there will be duplication, multiplication, and mass production of ammunition and of weapons throughout the world. And this will be driven by Ketu's transit into Leo. Now let's look at the key points and the key elements for each and every ascendant. Now for Aries ascendant for this year, what do you have in store? So the first key theme I see for Aries ascendant is travel. You could be traveling for multiple reasons. This could be you traveling to get a new job. This could be you traveling to do higher education. you traveling to meet your father, your teacher, your guru, or even someone special. So travel becomes a very important element for you in 2025. And then I see opportunities to grow. If you already have a business, then you find opportunities to grow your business, to meet new people, to build that connection, that network. And this is a great time period for you to do that. And in terms of health needs attention. Health needs focus this year, Aries ascendant. Remember, your ascendant is already Mars, right? Like your ascendant is Aries, so it's ruled by the planet Mars. So you already have very impulsive decision-making process, and which is why your health can also be affected this year because of the ongoing transit. So health needs attention, health needs care. And because of the Jupiter's movement in Gemini, you have to focus on communication. You have to take advantage of the Jupiter's transit during the second half of the year into Gemini, because this will be a very good period for you to focus on communication, business, taking risks, but also importantly calculated risks, because Saturn is now in your 12th house. So as much as you want to take the risk, there will also be loss if your risks are not calculated. So you have to move away from your impulsive decision-making process to a very strategic decision-making process. And finally, I see the karmic release taking place in your 12th and 6th house axis. So this could mean loss of something. It could not necessarily be loss of a person, but it could be loss of spirituality, loss of enemies, loss of debt. So you could be debt-free this year. You end up clearing your debt. This could be loss of illness. So if you have been suffering from a long-term illness, this could be the opportunity for you to actually get your health fixed and remove that long-term illness forever. So for Taurus ascendant, let's look at your key points and your key themes for this year. Firstly, I see Rahu in the 10th house. So your focus has to be on career. Career can take off. So for those of you who are looking to start a new job, change your job, find transformation in your career, this is the right period for you to take advantage of. Rahu will of course bring in that surprise element and that uncertainty, but this is where you have to focus and excel, which will bring you fruitful results towards the end of the year. And in terms of health, for those of you Taurus ascendants who've been having a rough patch with health from the previous years, this is the year to go and recover, go and get that surgery done. And this is a great year for recovery of health. The other thing I see is to avoid excessive travel, because your energies for this year are significantly low, with Saturn in the 11th house and Jupiter in going towards your 2nd house. So as much as possible, try and avoid excessive travel, avoid stress onto yourself. Make sure you try and limit the number of trips or the long distance travel that you might have to do for this year. Try and limit the number of travels you could do. The other thing I see is a very strong karmic connection with an elder sibling, or it could even be with one of the connections, long-term connections you've had, one of the contacts you've had, someone whom you consider a very respectful person. There could be a very karmic connection with them. And this is also a very important year to understand how you grow your skill sets. You need to focus on your skills. You need to focus on how you can shape your skills. And for those of you who have children, this is the year you have to pay more closer attention to your child. Your child might be going through something that they need your support, and this is where you need to pay attention and focus towards your child. Now for Gemini ascendant, let's look at the key themes and the key points that you have for this year. Firstly, Rahu is in your 9th house. So it clearly tells me you have to focus on the relationship with the father. You have to focus on travel. You have to focus on opportunities that come through your way. So for those of you who want to start a new course, you want to go and do your higher studies, this is a great year to go ahead and do that. For those of you who want to explore new opportunities, try and venture into new activities, this is a fantastic year. The other thing I see is there will be unexpected travel for you this year, Gemini Ascendant. So be ready to align with the energies of unexpected travel. This could be unexpected long distance travel rather than the short distance travel for you this year. Most importantly, do not take extreme decisions in your career, because you have Saturn that's gone into your 10th house of your chart, and you need to understand that this is the year you have to focus on stability. This is the year you have to focus on that organic growth in your career. This is not the year for you to make sudden changes, sudden movements in your career. So try and keep that stability throughout 2025, which is going to bring you really good results towards the end. You could also see some sort of issues within your relationship. If you are in a relationship, or if you're married, there could be difference of opinion between you and your spouse, or you and your partner, and this can really impact your energies at your workplace as well. So you won't be able to focus on your career because of this. So you need to pay more attention to your relationship status and how you handle your relationship status for this year. I also see a very strong karma that could outplay in your 10th and 4th house axis because of the conjunction that's going to take place in your 10th house for this year. So this could be a karmic release at your workplace. This could be a karmic release with your mother, relatives, family. So pay attention to all of these points and all of these aspects for you this year, Gemini Ascendant. So for Cancer Ascendant, let's look at what are the key themes and points that you have in store for this year. Firstly, we see that Rahu transits your 8th house, and it's very important to focus where Rahu is transiting. So this is a great year for you to do research, get into that deep thinking, and especially for those of you who want to learn occult astrology, mysticism, hidden knowledge, this is going to be a fantastic year for you to focus on them, and this will help you balance your energies overall. You will also see that there will be a bit of difficulty in managing relationships just in general. And for those of you who are in business, it can be a bit of tricky situation to manage your business partners, and there will be some hiccups in terms of the relationship you maintain with them. So watch out for such themes this year, Cancer Ascendant. The other thing we see is father's health is going to need attention. So your father will be needing you more than ever this year for some of you, and it could also mean that this could be your guardian, father, teacher, a guru, or someone really special and close to you. So watch out for such themes, and you will have to spend more of your time this year on this person to help them with whatever issue or whatever problem that they are going to face. The other important bit is don't focus on trying to save more money this year, Cancer Ascendant. Instead, focus on reducing your expenses. With Jupiter in your 12th house this year, that is what you should try and focus, where you eliminate the waste and you reduce expenses instead of trying to focus on trying to save more money or trying to increase your income or finding a solution for a secondary income. You'd rather focus on trying to reduce your expenses. And finally, we see that there is a strong karma that is going to take place in your 9th house, Cancer Ascendant, because the 6th planet conjunction is going to take place in the 9th house and 3rd house axis for you. And this karmic liberation could again deal with either your father, a teacher, a guru, your younger siblings, your best friend, or someone who's really very special to you. And this is a very important karmic liberation, because then it will help you achieve success in that area by end of the year in 2025. So for Leo Ascendant, let's look at the key themes and points that you have in store. Firstly, we see Rahu goes into the 7th house of your chart. So the focus for you for this year has to be on relationships. If you're married, it has to be on your spouse. And for those of you who have business, then you have to focus on your business partners, on partnerships, and how you maintain these relationships. Because this is a very fruitful year for you to excel in those partnerships, excel in those relationships. The other thing we see is you can expect delays in any endeavor that you are in. And with Saturn transiting your 8th house, you will find it that everything you want to do this year is going to be delayed, but it is very good for you that it is delayed, because it will bring you that fruitful result by the end of the year. So don't push for solutions that will work faster. Instead, be patient and do what you have to do, because you're eventually going to succeed by the end of the year. It's also important, Leo Ascendant, that this year you try and balance your energies by focusing on giving rather than taking. So you have to give more this year, and this could simply mean helping the poor, donating. Try and make sure that you help your friends without expecting anything in return from them, and this will balance your energies. This will bring you that success faster than you expect. The other thing we also see is your health will need a lot of care this year. So focus on health. Focus on your routine. Focus on your physical fitness, because you might find yourself not having the right health this year, Leo Ascendant. And finally, we see that the karmic liberation that needs to take place for you is going to occur in your 8th house. And especially with Saturn in the 8th house, this is going to be a very strong karmic liberation. This could be a connection with your family members, with your in-laws. This could also be through an inheritance. This could be through a joint asset between you and your spouse. And it's a very important liberation for you this year, because this will help you to achieve success in the areas where the liberation is going to take place. So Virgo Ascendant, let's look at the key themes and points that you have for this year. Firstly, we see that Rahu goes into the 6th house of your chart. So the focus for you has to be on health, on your pets, on your daily routine, and this will massively help you achieve success in career. You will also see that this is the year you don't want to be running away from your problems. Face your problems this year, Virgo Ascendant, and you will see how that leads to success. You'll also see that this is the year you have to raise your voice at workplace. So for those of you who are at work and you've been waiting for that recognition, you've been waiting for that promotion, this is the year. This is the year you raise your voice, because you're going to get recognized. You're going to achieve that recognition. You're going to get that promotion that you want. So it's a very important year for you to express yourself creatively, and you need to be very visible at your workplace. The other thing we see is, in general, finances will be good, but equally you will have lack of interest in managing your finances. So it's very important you constantly know how much is your expenditure, how much is your earnings, and you keep an eye on them, because this year you might just not keep an eye on them. We also see that family issues can take place this year for you, and that will consume a lot of time. So there will be some sort of disturbance within the family, and you might be involved in this, and you will have to balance your time between your family and your work. And then finally, the important part for you, Virgo Ascendant, is the karmic liberation that's going to take place in your chart. And this is going to happen in your 7th house, because the 6th planet conjunction is going to take place in your 7th house in Pisces. And so there will be a strong karmic liberation, either through your spouse or through yourself. And it's very important that the 1 and 7 axis liberation happens, so that by the end of the year you will find success in those areas. So watch out for stronger themes with you and your spouse going through that transformation this year. So Libra ascendant, let's look at the key points and themes that you have for this year. Firstly, we see Rahu transiting to your 5th house, and the focus this year is going to be your skill sets, trying to grow those skills, trying to be more creative, trying to learn new things. And Rahu is going to push you to learn innovative things. Rahu is going to push you to go and get that knowledge. It's going to make you more hungry for knowledge, and you will find yourselves reading about new things, trying to learn new things. And also for those of you who have children, because the 5th house is connected with children as well, Rahu is going to make you focus more on your child. You will be more obsessive about your child. You will want to spend more time with your child, and in fact this will bring you more success, because this is what you should be doing. You have to focus where Rahu is positioned in your chart. The other thing we see is travel will bring very good news this year for you. So the more you travel, especially long distance travel, that's going to bring a fortune to you and to your family this year. So try to make that long distance travel happen, the one that you've been wanting to do for a very long time. This is the year that you should be traveling, Libra ascendant. The other thing we see is, for some of you, daily routines will be difficult. And especially with the Saturn transit in the 6th house, you will find yourself in a very difficult position to maintain your daily routine. But at the same time, there is going to be a recovery of health. Saturn will help you recover that health issue that you have been facing last year or year before, and this is the year for you to focus on trying to keep yourself more healthy, have a very good routine, and push towards that stable lifestyle that you've been wanting to do. And finally, we see that the karmic release that has to happen for you, Libra ascendant, is going to take place in your 6th and 12th house axis. So this could be a very strong karmic release, either with your pets, for those of you who have pets, or this could be with a loss of debt, right? So if you have a loan, Saturn could take away that loan. If you have, if you've been in a long-standing dispute, Saturn can actually help you fight that dispute. So this karmic liberation in your 6th and 12th house axis is going to be a very important one for you to go through. So towards the end of the year, it helps you actually achieve success in the areas of the 6th and 12th house axis. Scorpio ascendant. So let's look at the key themes and the points that you have for this year. Firstly, we see Rahu goes into your 4th house. Rahu in the 4th house is basically going to help you focus and build that relationship with your mother, with your family, and with all the extended relatives that you might have never bonded very well. And remember, for some of you, Rahu will also bring great chances of relocation, purchasing of a property, investment in property, and also purchasing a new vehicle. This would be a good year for investments in general. However, you will also find it very challenging to manage your finances, because Rahu will bring in that expense factor, and then your finances will be all over the place. So you will have to manage your finances very well this year, Scorpio ascendant. You'll also see that there will be difficulty with children in general. If you have a child, you're going to find it very difficult to bond with your child, and you could have a very tough karmic experience with your child this year. And for some others who don't have a child, you could also see yourself in a very tough spot with your creative abilities, your creative energies. They will be very low this year, and you will struggle to cope with growing your skills in general. You'll also see that you will get unexpected help when within your family, from your friends, from your extended circle, and they will always be looking out for you when you're least expecting it. And finally, Scorpio ascendant, we see the karmic release is in your 5 and 11 axis. This is where the 6th planet conjunction is going to take place in your 5th house in Pisces. And so the karmic liberation can happen through your child, can happen through your network, can happen through your elder sibling, can happen through your contacts. And it's very important that you go through this experience, so this will help you find success in these aspects by the end of the year in 2025. And Sagittarius ascendant, let's look at the key themes and points that you have for 2025. Firstly, we see Rahu goes into your third house. And with Rahu in your third house, you will have a very strong focus on communication, sales and marketing, media, business development. And you will see this, especially for Sagittarius ascendants, even if you were a software engineer and have nothing to do with sales and marketing, you will find yourselves in a lot of communication. You will find yourself becoming somebody who wants, or somebody who's trying to do sales for your company. And this theme will be very strong. And especially for those of you who are already doing business. Business will be a very good aspect for you this year. You will flourish in all of your business adventures. And for those of you who want to start something new, start a new business, this is a fantastic time and opportunity to start something new. You'll also see that the focus is going to be on short distance travel and communication with your younger sibling. So for those of you who have a younger sibling, you will be obsessed about what your younger sibling is doing, and you will want to learn more about them. So this will be the overall focus for you, Sagittarius ascendant. The other thing we see is mother's health, and the relationship with mother in general will need a lot of attention. So you will have to put a lot more effort in those areas. And we also see that meditation becomes a key tool for you this year, Sagittarius ascendant, because the energy levels in your chart are really, really all over the place. And you need to make sure that you meditate in order to keep your mind in control and to take the right decisions and to strategize in the right way. And this will also help you solve some of the challenges you might face in your relationships this year. And finally, the karmic release for you, Sagittarius ascendant, is going to take place in your 4 and 10 axis, the 4th house and the 10th house. Because the 6th planet conjunction is going to happen in your 4th house of Pisces. And it's very important you see that this liberation can be through your mother, through relatives, through family, through workplace, or even through your boss, or just in general through a large set of people who play a very important part of your life. So it's very important that this karmic liberation takes place so that you can actually achieve success in these areas towards the end of 2025. So Capricorn ascendant, let's look at the key themes and points that you have in store for this year. Firstly, we see that Rahu is transiting your 2nd house. This is a very important transit because the focus of Rahu is the focus that you need. Cut this, bro. This part you cut. So for Capricorn ascendant, let's look at the key themes and the points that you have for 2025. Firstly, we see that Rahu transits your 2nd house. And with Rahu transiting your 2nd house, this is a great time for you to focus on savings, on trying to save that that money that you've been wanting to put in a fixed deposit or invest it in a place where you think you will make maximum returns. This is the period for you to save money. This is the period for you to also invest. You will see that daily life will be quite busy, quite stressful. Your daily routines is going to be very stressed this year. So you have to take care of your health. You have to focus on your routine. And it's very important that you actually fix a routine this year, Capricorn ascendant, because you have Jupiter transiting in your 6th house in the 2nd half of next year. And it's very important that Jupiter will help you only when you set a routine. So you need to fix that routine for Jupiter to bring in that success in your life because of your daily routine. We also see that you can expect relocation this year. There will be some sort of relocation. It could be because of work. It could be because of a family member that needs your support or that needs your help. And also the karmic liberation in your chart is going to take place in your 3rd and 9th house axis, because the 6th planet conjunction is going to take place in your 3rd house in Pisces and which is why the karmic liberation can happen through your younger siblings, can happen through a very close friend or your best friend in your life, can happen through your father, a teacher, a guru, or someone who means very special to you, means a lot to you. And this karmic liberation is very important for you to go through so you achieve success in those areas by end of 2025. Aquarius ascendant, let's look at the key themes and the points that you have for 2025. Firstly, we see that Rahu goes into your ascendant. And so the transit of Rahu is where the focus has to be this year, Aquarius. So it's very important that you focus on yourself and you focus on that hidden desires that you have had for all these years and you haven't executed it. This is the year to go ahead and execute those plans. You'll also see that there will be a difficult moment for you in 2025 in managing things between your family and your work, and especially there can be some sort of difficulty in finances with family, and there will be expenditure because of family in 2025. You also see that this is a good period for those of you who have children. This is a very good period for your children to grow. They will learn new things in this period. They can gain new skills. Perhaps you join them to that martial arts, or you join them to those singing classes or those courses or certifications or higher education, and they will excel in anything new that they learn this year. You'll also see that travel will bring you very good fortune this year, Aquarius ascendant. You will want to travel, and especially with this travel, you see that you get more creative. There is going to be a lot of innovation that you will want to bring into 2025, and this will happen through travel for you. And finally, we see the karmic release that's going to take place in your chart is in the 2nd house and the 8th house axis, because the 6th planet conjunction that's going to happen in Pisces is your 2nd house. And so this karmic liberation can take place through your close family members, through someone who means a lot to you, or it could even be through your spouse, through your in-laws, and something to do with inheritance and joint family assets can also be a part of this karmic liberation. And this is a very important liberation that you have to go through, because this will help you achieve success in the areas where you have your karmic liberation for 2025. So for Pisces ascendant, let's look at the key themes and points that you have for 2025. Firstly, we see that Rahu transits your 12th house. And with Rahu transiting your 12th house, the focus for you for this year is going to be on your hidden energies and the hidden desires. And especially with Rahu in the 12th house, this is a fantastic year for Pisces ascendants for introspection. However, you also have to take note of Rahu in the 12th house bringing expenditures. So try and focus on how to bring down your expenditures for this year. You'll also see that you'll find it very difficult in understanding yourself. And this is because of the Saturn transit on the ascendant. Saturn is going to make it heavy and will put you into a situation where you find it really, really difficult to understand what you want to do and who you are in general. You'll also see that there will be immense success with family this year. This could be family, this could be extended relatives. It could also be because of your mother and the relationship and the special bond between you and your mother in 2025. The other thing we see for Pisces ascendant is unexpected travel. There could be unexpected travel in the second half of 2025, which will also bring great fortune and great success. So you have to align your energies to travel and expect that unexpected movements in 2025. And finally, we see that the karmic release, which is going to take place in your chart, occurs in your ascendant, where the 6th planet conjunction is going to take place. And with this, you see that the 1st and the 7th house axis gets involved in the karmic liberation. And it's very important that you go through this liberation because this is what is going to make you achieve that success by the end of the year. And this liberation can happen through your spouse, through your partner, through your business partners if you're running a business. Or most importantly, this liberation could be through yourself. This could be a transformation of yourself. So by end of the year, you find answers to your questions of what you really want to do and in which direction you want to walk towards. And with this, I think we've completed all 12 ascendants. If you really like my video, please like, share and subscribe. And I also wish each and every one of you again a very, very happy and prosperous new year. Until my next video, goodbye.